Hello everybody, I'm Danrvdtree2000, also known as Danrvdtree15 on Xbox Live, and usually I would be doing my normal predictions as per usual, and I will reveal the first matchup of the evening, but before, what's going to happen, but before I do, I'd like to just say that there are two sides to every story, and there are two sides to every argument. One argument is that WWE shouldn't be doing WrestleMania at all. The other side of the argument is that at least they're doing something. So, and with the fact that WrestleMania was so big, too big to miss, I personally am on the at least we're getting something side. Just also would like to wish everyone well and keep safe, and I know now the predictions for this WrestleMania and this proper video will start in 3, 2, 1. And the first match is a Smackdown vs Raw match as the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, the Kabuki Warriors. Even though they are officially part of the Raw roster, they are allowed to fight on both shows. And this match was probably scheduled to happen anyway, regardless of the situation I just mentioned. But enough about the situation that I just mentioned, because I, for like one, would like to have something to watch while I'm in these dark times. And, you know, for anyone that loves wrestling as much as I do, I'd like to say I'm going to tell you all about the way I do my predictions of WrestleMania is not different. Usually what I will pick is my personal opinion, which is who I want to win, and who do I think is going to win is who WWE have booked to win. So starting with this first matchup, which is WrestleMania, too big just for one night. I don't know, there's some other predictions that I'm going to make, apart from the ones that I already know, because e.g. the Seth Rollins vs Kevin Owens match, which I'll get to in a minute. On which matches will be on which night. So, considering this is the women's match for the tag team titles, I think this match will take place on Saturday night. So yeah, Saturday night. That's in my opinion. This is going to be a Saturday night match. The Kabuki Warriors are defending their titles against Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross here. So who do I think is going to win? I think it will probably be of Kabuki Warriors, just because they have had the titles for quite some time, not had a chance to do anything with them, and not to successfully defend them in a sense. So it is not without, the proper. I think this will be a proper, legit first win on Asuka, and where last year's loss at WrestleMania, I think the win for Asuka will probably happen. However, I do want Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss to win this one. So, here's hoping. Here's hoping. So, that's the first matchup. We'll go on to the next one in just a second. Well, I actually want this match I thought this match was going to go down, and my god, it's actually built up to be a really good story so far. I mean, poor Otis has not had a break. He's had a crush on Mandy Rose in real life and through storyline. And about who keeps getting in the way? Dolph freaking Ziggler, man. I mean, I'm not that big of a guy myself, but not as big as Otis. He can freaking lift weights, but I can't. But because it's all about stakes and weights with the heavy machinery. And you know what? Go get him. Someone like freaking Mandy Rose, you would never think you would be with someone like Otis, but she does think he's a nice, cute guy. And come Valentine's Day, she did say she was free to go on a date with Otis. But then the date was ruined by Dolph Ziggler, who showed up instead of Otis. He was all kinds of nervous, and so therefore Dolph Ziggler a couple of weeks ago, when Otis was in a tag team match with Miz Morrison, he showed Otis all these pictures that him and Mandy Rose took together, and that was the ticking point that made Otis mad. He cost in the match, he beat up both the Miz and Morrison, whacking them with steel chairs and everything. Finally calmed Otis down, and he just gets under Otis' skin so much. And I really hope for the power of love that Otis overcomes Ziggler and wins Mandy's heart. Personally, I really hope that they don't do a moment where there's one or two of ways it's gonna go. Either Mandy Rose will accidentally cost Otis the matchup, or she'll deliberately cost Otis the matchup. Or it'll go the other way and she'll cost Ziggler the matchup. So that's the one I really want to see. So who do I want to win? Otis, obviously. But who do I think is going to win? Dolph Ziggler. Because of some shenanigans to do with Mandy Rose. Because I personally think he'll probably knock Mandy Rose off the apron. That's the biggest one to do. And he'll just... Like, Ziggler won't care about her health. Like, it'll still... I think that would be another good way to do it. Where Otis wins, but... so Otis loses, but overall, he wins because he knocks Mandy Rose off the apron. Ziggler rolls off Otis, gets the pin, but it's one of those where Ziggler throws Otis into Mandy, and like Mandy gets checked on by Dolph afterwards after he wins, and she's like, no, we're gonna go away, and Otis then beats up Ziggler after the match and takes her, makes sure she's okay. That's just a couple of things on what could happen. But overall this matchup won't be that long, but some shenanigans will happen. I don't know what, but something will. So it'll be Otis, in my opinion, who I want to win, but I think it'll be Ziggler. It's a very simple, quick matchup here. So on to the next one. And this is another Monday Night Raw match, another matchup that also will probably end up being pretty quick, and that's Aleister Black versus Bobby Lashley. I've never thrown together a type of matchup with no build-up, so personally I don't really care about this one. It's again probably gonna have maybe a 5-10 minute matchup, and then Aleister Black wins with the Black Mass. But with Lana by Bobby Lashley's side, I don't know what could happen. Yes, but in my opinion, it's Aleister Black for the win all the way. Although it could go for Bobby Lashley, but I'm not too sure. So I'm gonna say I think Aleister Black will win, and I want Aleister Black to win in this match. Again, it's not that hard of a decision to make. I forgot to mention that the days and which one it will be. And the previous one I forgot to make the prediction for that match, which is the Otis versus Ziggler. That match I think will be now take place on Saturday, and the same with this match. I think this will take place on Saturday as well, because there's no point in having this one take place on Sunday. I think the big matches will take place on Sunday. Although they might throw us a bone with a couple of good matches on Saturday. Otherwise, if they have all the good matches on Sunday, then each match would be better than the last. So I think there'll be a couple of big matches that will take place on Saturday compared to Sunday. So yeah, it could end up on Sunday, but I'd most likely be on Saturday one. So yeah. There's this match, but it's very short, very quick, just like the match. What I think will happen, like I said, I think, and I want Aleister Black to win this one. But next match, and another throwaway match that will probably happen on Saturday, and is the Saturday's WrestleMania. Elias versus King Corbin. It has a bit of build-up, like Elias has interrupted King Corbin. King Corbin is beating up Elias. Elias is beating up King Corbin a little bit. And apart from that, Art being knocked down from the rafter there at the closing Smackdown, I don't think the story makes any sense. But again, it's considered the circumstances. There's going to be a lot of throwaway matches that could have been done on SmackDown or Raw at this point, or SmackDown especially for this one. But hey, it's on WrestleMania, and I'm gonna predict it. This one's a hard one, but I'm gonna go with, I think, King Corbin, but I want Elias. It's a good matchup. That just looks like a matchup that will happen on WWE 2K20 when you're trying to do universe mode, and you want every superstar to be in a matchup, and this is the matchup that's happened. But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting match. But again, it won't be that long, and I've come to realize that the traditional Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal isn't taking place this year, but that's because of reasons. So I can kind of understand why. Which they could have done a 10-man perhaps, but too many people in the ring at the same time. Could have done a Royal Rumble or a Gauntlet match, Andre the Giant Memorial Gauntlet match. That could have worked. But hey, yeah, we got Elias versus King Corbin instead. What can I say? It's going to take place on Saturday, and in my opinion, I don't know. Well, just have to wait and see. But yeah, I think I think King Corbin, and I want Elias. That's as simple as that. Next match. Oh, this is gonna be a bit of a bummer because I was really looking forward to seeing Andrade teaming up with Angel Garza. Now, supposedly he's got broken ribs, but we all know the real reason here. Come on, you don't have to pretend with us. But it's a good way, it's WWE being WWE and keeping good secret. But hey, the Raw Tag Team Champions, the Street Profits, will be defending their newly won Raw Tag Team titles against Austin Theory, the guy on the left, and the white guy on the left, because in case you get confused. Then again, the championship belts up. Never mind. The guy on the left, and of course Angel Garza on the one on the right. That will be accompanied by Celia Vega in a normal tag team matchup. Although after what happened to Montez Ford on Monday Night Raw, that dive onto the outside and landed bang on his stomach, on his ribs. I'm pretty sure he would have hurt a few ribs, but man, this is gonna go ahead, and I'll tell you what, this match, this is gonna be a hard one to tell, because I would like to see, therefore I'm gonna say I would want to see new Raw Tag Team Champions in Austin Theory and Angel Garza, but I think it will be the Street Profits because they haven't had the championships for long. I could be wrong, but I'm not too sure. This could go either way, and again, this time I reckon it will be on the Sunday show because it's the Street Profits. And regardless of the fact that it's 0 people or 100,000 people, you would like to see them, if there was to be 2 shows, their Street Profits on the second day. Quite frankly. So yes, that's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good backwards and forwards stuff matchup. Probably lasts about 5-10 minutes, if we're lucky. 12-15. These two teams are very good when it comes to high flying action, when it comes to Montez Ford and Angel Garza and Austin Theory, and that roughhousing from Montez Ford. But then again, he can perform some really good corner moves and a sweet drop kick. So yeah, there you go. I want Austin Theory and Angel Garza, but I think the Street Profits I'll just have to wait and see. And by the way, yeah, it will be a 2-part review as well. So, or I might do it in one big video, but in one. I shall see. Shall see how it goes. But next match. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, as the Smackdown Tag Team Championships will be on the line, but this one will be a triple threat ladder match as Miz and Morrison, hey hey, ho ho, Miz and Morrison, hey ho, hey hey, ho ho, the Tag Team Champions, Smackdown Tag Team Champions Miz and Morrison, be jealous, will be defending their Smackdown Tag Team titles in this ladder match against the Usos. When I say Oos, you say oh, Oos. And New Day, Big E and Kofi Kingston, and I really hope that like Big E and Kofi Kingston have a really great attire for WrestleMania. All I can say is these three teams will pull off one of the greatest ladder matches of all time. And hopefully, we got a picture of Xavier Woods there. Does that mean he's gonna be back to, being manager for the New Day, Kofi Kingston and Big E? Or will they cost them the match? Ooh, heel turn. This is gonna be one hell of a match, and it's gonna be. I think it'll be taken apart on Sunday compared to the Saturday one, just because it's a big triple threat ladder match, and you wouldn't want to have that on a Saturday show. It might be on the Saturday show, who knows? It might be the main event on the Saturday show. There has to be a main event on the Saturday show, and if anything, this should be a great main event for the Saturday show. The Sunday show, mid-card matchup, maybe. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Unless it tells us, of course. I don't really know. But, yes, so the Usos have former Smackdown Tag Team Champions. You got the New Day former Smackdown Tag Team Champions and the current Smackdown Tag Team Champions, the Miz and Morrison. Who do I think is going to win? Miz and Morrison, because they've only just won the Tag Team titles. And some type of shenanigans will go down, meaning that John and Mike will win. Morrison and Miz will win that one. That's just the one. Who do I want to win? I'm gonna say you. I don't. Who do I? Usos. I'm gonna say the Usos because even though they are former tag team champions themselves, I'm kind of sick and tired of the New Day as the tag team champions. Like, I haven't seen the Usos win the titles in quite some time. So, compared to if I had to choose between the Usos and the New Day, I'd rather have the Usos at this point as the tag team champions. But I think it'll be Miz and Morrison. Hey, hey, ho, ho. But yeah. I reckon this is going to be a pretty decent matchup. And if it takes place on Saturday, that's fine. But I reckon it takes place on Sunday. So, yeah. Next match. Well, for the first time ever, Sami Zayn is defending his newly won Intercontinental Championship, and this is his first, and I was right, apart from the fact that he's a former NXT champion, I know that for sure. This is his first singles championship representing a single brand, e.g. SmackDown, Raw, and main brand. So this is his first ever main brand championship win, excluding the NXT championship run. Even though he's a former Intercontinental champion himself, former NXT champion, this is his first Intercontinental championship reign. So because he's only just won it, I think Sami Zayn's going to beat Daniel Bryan here, as he's going to defend his title against Daniel Bryan. I think he will somehow, maybe there might be some shenanigans involved in this. I'm gonna say it would be nice for a Sunday one, but I don't mind it being a Saturday one either. So, either way, I'll be happy to see this matchup take place. And I think somehow either Bryan will get betrayed by Drew Gulak, or because he'll go, oh well, I won the match, but yet you get to go to WrestleMania type of vibe. That's what I think will happen. So yeah, I want Daniel Bryan to win his second Intercontinental Championship, but I think Sami Zayn will somehow win due to some shenanigans of some kind. It's quick and easy type of matchup in my opinion. Probably again 5-10 minutes, lucky 12 if we get there, and unlucky 13 maybe. Between that slot. So yeah, very easy prediction to make for this one. So I'll go on to the next match. And we're back, and now this one's gonna be a one for the ages. As Seth Rollins is absolutely right when it comes to his accomplishments when it comes to WrestleMania, and in just in general, but everything what Owens has said is that his accomplishments came before Rollins as well, but they are pretty equal. Like Kevin Owens is the former. Well, let's start with Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is a former Universal Champion. Kevin Owens is a former Universal Champion and won it before Seth Rollins. Kevin Owens is a former Intercontinental Champion. Seth Rollins is a former Intercontinental Champion. Seth Rollins is a former Money in the Bank winner and a former Royal Rumble winner. Kevin Owens is not. Then we got Kevin Owens is a former United States Champion, so is Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is a former WWE Champion. Kevin Owens is not. I believe that they've both been tag team champions at least once. Both been former NXT champions, so that's a bonus as well. Both had been at WrestleMania before. One has had 3 wins and 1 loss at WrestleMania, and that's Seth Rollins, and Kevin Owens has 0 WrestleMania wins. But this rivalry, of course, has been going on even before at the bad times that we're having now. So this is going to be a tough one to make this prediction. Who do I think is going to win? I think, unfortunately, Seth Rollins is going to yet again prove that Kevin Owens cannot win at WrestleMania. But I do want Kevin Owens to win. That's my prediction here. So, yeah, that's my prediction for this matchup. I think Rollins, but I want Owens. It's going to be a tough one back to back, but we'll see. Again, where it will take place on Saturday, because they said it's going to take place on Saturday, so no spoiler there, in a sense. Oh, so predictions there, sorry. Yeah, I'll go into the next match. And the next match, ladies and gentlemen, is the Women's Royal Rumble winner, Charlotte Flair, who decided to not go after Bayley from SmackDown and not go after Becky Lynch from Raw. She decided to go after Rhea Ripley after humming and ahhing about it from weeks and weeks. And everything that's happened is now going to happen at the Performance Center in Florida, and man, this is going to be a good matchup. I want it to be a good matchup, and I want it to happen on Sunday. As you can see, I've got the yellow and red here, the gold and red, gold for the NXT, and of course red for Raw, which is Charlotte Flair representing Raw here, and of course Rhea Ripley representing NXT. Now, one or two things might happen. We might have a little twist. It's either going to be Charlotte Flair will lose and she'll stay on Raw, or she'll win the NXT Women's Championship and go to NXT because she's done everything that she can on both Raw and SmackDown, and maybe reign supreme as Queen of NXT for a bit. Just for a bit, until somebody knew. And then Rhea Ripley ends up going to Raw and then SmackDown. Or Rhea Ripley wins and stays on NXT. That's what I think will happen. But here's my official prediction. Who do I think is going to win? Charlotte Flair. Who do I want to win? Rhea Ripley. Pretty easy decision for me to make. And that's pretty much it for that match. I'll go on to the next match. And this is the next match. Indeed, it's the next match. It's a Smackdown women's 3, 2, 1. Take 4. Action. And we're back to the next match, and it is a fatal 5-way elimination matchup where the challengers are Sasha Banks, Tamina, Naomi, and Lacey Evans are gonna challenge the challengers for the SmackDown Women's Championship, which is currently held by Bayley. And so this is another matchup which I think might end up being on the Sunday's WrestleMania. I'm not too sure which whereabouts it's gonna be, but somewhere in the mid card of that day. So we'll have to just find out what day it will be, but we're trying to make my predictions of the way I'm going to do it. This one is who I think, who will be the first one to be eliminated, and of course the last one to be eliminated, and whether there'll be pinfall or submission. But I think most of them will be by pinfall. There might be 1 or 2 submissions because of Bayley, because of Sasha Banks. I think Naomi's got like a submission finisher that she can use, but who do I think is going to win? I think Sasha Banks is going to win the SmackDown Women's Championship by betraying Bayley and turning babyface. I don't know, maybe, possibly. Because she returned not too long ago and she was heel, but now, after a while, I think she might end up betraying her Bayley at this point. Or it might be Bayley that turns on Sasha to retain the title. So that's who I think. Who do I want to win? I want Lacey Evans to win and win her first Women's Championship. Because Tamina has not won a championship as far as I'm aware, but Naomi has. So, and Sasha Banks has. So either Tamina and Lacey Evans would be nice here. So, but I think it will be Sasha Banks that wins. But I want Lacey Evans. As for order of elimination, I think it will be Tamina first, because Tamina, well, she is the more powerful one out of the lot. Next to go would probably be Naomi. Then it'll be leaving the 2-on-1 situation with Lacey Evans. But then I would say there'll be some form of miscommunication between Bayley and Sasha, causing Sasha to be eliminated, and then a women's right from Lacey Evans ending the matchup when Lacey Evans is the champion. Or say then after the Naomi and Tamina gets eliminated, it'll be Sasha eliminating Lacey and then pinning Bayley after betraying her. So yeah, personally I think that that'll be the way that this match goes. But I'll go on to the next match. And from one women's championship matchup, another one. We've got another Sunday one. I think will happen. This because it's the Elimination Chamber winner, Shayna Baszler, the Queen of Spades. Shayna Baszler is taking on Becky Lynch, and come this WrestleMania, it would have been an entire year as Raw Women's Champion. An entire year. She won the Raw Women's Championship at WrestleMania last year and come this year at WrestleMania, even if it's even due to, and again, I promise I wouldn't bring this up due to certain circumstances, it's still happening, damn it. It's still that 1 year since of winning the championship, and I think she's going to lose. I think Shayna Baszler is going to win. As much as I want Becky Lynch to retain the title, it's going to be Shayna. And I think it's going to be in quick succession. There's going to be a lot of quick succession matches, including the Universal Championship match, which I think at this point will be a open challenge because Roman Reigns is pulled from the WrestleMania, but I'll get to that. And also, we got the Brock Lesnar versus Drew McIntyre match, which I think will also be a quick match. Again, I'll get to that, as well as a couple of others, which I'll get to those in a minute. Which brings me to this match, though. I think it's going to be one of the quickest matches of the night. I really do think so, because Shayna, out of the two, has actually gotten the upper hand. I mean, the only time where Becky has managed to get an upper hand is due to chair shots and sneak attacks. So, and with the fact that she has managed to knock her out with her finisher, I think that it will be Shayna that wins the Raw Women's Championship and will continue to dominate Raw for quite some time. As for Becky Lynch, I think she will still be the man, but she'll probably be half the man that she used to be. Because she'll go on to say that was just a blip, but I'm still the man, and I'm willing to prove to still be the man, and that type of thing on Monday Night Raw or something. So, even though Shayna Baszler will win here, Becky Lynch will still be the man. As I said, I think it will be Shayna, but I want Becky. There you go. Next match. I didn't necessarily know what to do here, because technically Edge, a radio superstar that returned at the Royal Rumble, who got attacked on Raw by Randy Orton, came back a few weeks later to get revenge on Randy Orton, to RKO him, and then challenge Randy Orton at WrestleMania to a last man standing match. He's technically a Hall of Famer, but is he back for good? Is he on Raw? But Randy Orton's on Raw, so yes, that's why I got the red text here, but I've got a black background because I don't know where Edge is at, so I thought I'd leave that black. And also this whole entire match and it's going to be a bit black because it's a last man standing match, which we must decapitate your opponent until the count of 10 and be the last man standing. And if you don't get out by the referee's 10 count, you lose. And man, this rivalry has gone on for quite some time. They've been tag team partners, they've been tag team champions, they were friends, it's a big rivalry payoff to be in a last man standing match in front of zero a last man standing match fulfilled a last man standing match in an empty arena. There, I finally got it out, which could make the last man standing match even better. With Edge having a very limited moveset because he's only just come back from that surgery after 9 years, he didn't really risk that much in the Royal Rumble match. So we'll see. He'll probably rely on weapons in this matchup, which makes sense for this last man standing match as well. It's personal, it's going to be good, and it's going to be an Edge win. Not only do I love Randy Orton, I've always liked Randy Orton from his Legend Killer days, his Evolution days, his World Heavyweight Champion reign, his WWE Championship reign, heck, even his reign as WWE Intercontinental Champion, even that short period when he was Mr. Money in the Bank. his baby faces turns not so good, reigns are not so good, but he plays a really good heel. I like Randy Orton as a wrestler. I like Edge just about even more. So it's a very hard one to choose here. I was like to think that Edge is going to win, and I see Randy Orton, and indeed he's my second favorite wrestler, but I would like to say, as much as in that case, do I say I want Randy to win? No, because I want to see Edge win after come back after 9 years to finally defeat Orton would be good with closure. But this isn't the last time we're going to see Edge in a matchup. There's probably loads of good matches they can be in against. He can go 1-on-1 with John Cena again. He can go 1-on-1 against The Undertaker again. He can go 1-on-1 with Triple H again if they even wanted to. He can go 1-on-1 against some of the new guys such as AJ Styles, Ricochet. I don't know, just naming a few here. Ricochet, probably not Ricochet, but you know, some of the new guys that are main event stars. Just Roman Reigns, spear versus spear. You know, Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens. You name it, you can probably put them in against Edge. And so he's going to be here for quite some time this time, until he decides to call it quits on his own terms. But this match to start things off at WrestleMania in an empty arena, last man standing match. Perfect. It's the way to start things off. Yeah, it would have been more exciting in front of fans, but what can you do? We're just waiting for that day to return. So, you think you know me? Or do you think you know him in this case? So I'm going to double down on nothing. I think and I want Edge. There you go. Next match. Well, this match is also one I couldn't decide because John Cena technically isn't on Smackdown. He's also a legend in the business, but he will be facing the Fiend, Bray Wyatt. So, John, you better be ready to let him in. Because this is apparently gonna be a Fire 5 Funhouse match. But it's gonna be dark, it's gonna be twisted, which explains the text font now I got here with the black background. Because the black is the whole thing that I said with Edge. I don't know if John Cena's technically back yet, so he's still a legend in my book, so. And it also represents the Fiend, you know, he's dark and evil. The blueness is Smackdown because the Fiend is on Smackdown. And I don't know, I'll just go with what I'm given here. But yes, so we've got John Cena versus Bray Wyatt, round 2. But this one's different. And they just think you can piss off. Yes, 3, 2, 1, back. But this one's different. It's the Fiend Bray Wyatt. The Bray Wyatt that lost to Goldberg in a matter of seconds, but we'll forget about that. We'll get to that in a bit. Which now it makes sense, and I think they would have done that anyway if it wasn't for circumstances. So, yeah. Is going to be the revenge that the Fiend is wanted, Bray Wyatt is wanted, because this is a Fire 5 Funhouse match, where it may be good, it may be bad after the compound match, or whatever the fuck it was, that was terrible when Bray Wyatt faced Randy Orton. If it's just as bad as that, then it's going to suck. But if it's even better, then it might be more scarier, more, you know, I think John Cena will lose 100%. I think I want Bray Wyatt to win this, because if John Cena beats the Fiend after what we witnessed with Goldberg, then lost the Fiend forever. But if the Fiend wins, then we've got hopes yet. So whether the match will be good, or whether it will be bad, or whether it will just be plain old ugly, I definitely, regardless of how it's gonna go, I think this match should be the Fiend's. It should be. Sometimes WWE just can't get John to agree to lose, so I got a bad feeling about it. So, I want the Fiend to win, but I got a bad feeling that it'll be John. Okay then, with that being said, I'm gonna go on to the next match. And now it's another legend versus superstar matchup as The Undertaker will be taking on AJ Styles. And this matchup is a boneyard match. Now, we've seen multiple versions of The Undertaker over the years. We've seen the original Dead Man gimmick with grey gloves. We've seen the original Dead Man gimmick with purple gloves and even a mask at one point because he had a broken nose or something like that. But I'm going to call that the Phantom the Opera version of The Undertaker. We've had the Ministry of Darkness version of The Undertaker. The Ministry of Corporation version of The Undertaker. We've had the Biker Return Undertaker, meaning that it was the Undertaker that was just turning into the American Badass. They had Big Evil Undertaker. We've had the American Badass Undertaker. We've had returning from Biker Undertaker. We've had Modern Day Taker, which is very much the one that you saw there. Which we had we had a slightly more older but modern Taker with short hair Taker. We've had one hair extensions Grandpa Undertaker, which is also again very much the one. And now we've had this Undertaker, and now we've had most recently a combination of Biker Taker and the Phenom Undertaker, which is Mark the Undertaker Galloway, which I'm gonna guess it's like Mark Galloway, which is probably the Biker Undertaker plus the Undertaker. It's like very weird. Like, he still says rest in peace, but he talks like in a normal voice, normal-ish talk, much like he talks like this, but in his normal voice, so you can hear his normal voice. And he broke kayfabe the other day on Monday Night Raw, so it's really freaking me out. But not in the Undertaker freak out way, where he's had 3 losses at WrestleMania already. And personally, like AJ Styles said, he should have stayed retired at WrestleMania 30. So, in the fact that he's facing AJ Styles in a boneyard match, which is the match that AJ Styles asked for, he's most likely going to bring Undertaker says, bring those 2 clowns, Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows with him, so we can beat those 2 clowns up as well as AJ Styles. And AJ Styles is going to rest in peace. So, I have said in the past, never bet against The Undertaker, and the last time I said never bet against The Undertaker were, again when he faced Brock Lesnar, when he faced Roman Reigns, and who else did he lose to? He lost to somebody else. He's had 2 losses at WrestleMania. Once against Roman Reigns, once against Brock Lesnar, and I swear he had someone else. Who else did he lose to? I can't seem to remember. Give me one. He already lost to Roman Reigns and of course Brock Lesnar, which means it's twice he's lost at WrestleMania, and that's it. I mean, he's like, with 22 wins and 2 losses, it's not that bad. 24 wins, I should say, and 2 losses. That's not a bad streak at WrestleMania. That's not a bad record to have. But what's the point in having him in WrestleMania matches now? It's like, once the streak died at WrestleMania 30, I'm on 21-1. It should have just stayed that way. 21 and done. That's it. So, who do I think is going to win? The Undertaker. Who do I want to win? AJ Styles. Because I said that the last 2 times when it was the 2 losses where it was like when he faced Roman Reigns and he faced Brock Lesnar, and I said, don't ever bet against the Undertaker. What happened? Every time I said that, he lost. So, don't bet. I'm going to say the same thing now. Don't bet against the Undertaker. Yeah. So, yeah, that's my predictions for this match. Now, here's a puzzle for you. Now, Roman Reigns definitely said that he's pulling out of WrestleMania. Did he pull out of WrestleMania in time? Or, did he pull out of WrestleMania? Here's the thing. It's meant to be Goldberg versus Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship. Now, did he pull out of WrestleMania before the... spoiler alert. WrestleMania tapings? It's not live. It's they've been taped already, and as of this recording, they've already been taped. However, they will be shown Saturday and Sunday, so I can still technically make these predictions because nobody knows the outcomes anyway. So for the sake of the video, I will still make the predictions anyway, and whether or not if there'll still be a match. So that is what the prediction is A, if there's still going to be a Universal Championship match. B, if it's still going to be against Roman Reigns. And C, if it's not against Roman Reigns, who I'm going to predict who will replace him. And I will put in the little spots on the screen in just a sec, who I think will replace, who I think will replace him, and who has been rumoured to replace him. So basically, who I want to be the replacement, and basically who I think is who I think what the rumours are. So it's like a rumoured guess and my own personal guess and prediction to make it a fitting match, to make sense. So I will be back in just a second, and I will put them on there, and I will then make the predictions. I have picked someone who, it's just to feel, because of the fact that he's been a world heavyweight champion before, and yes, he could lose to Goldberg in seconds just for the sake of it, just because he said, this guy has actually just came back, and that guy is Sheamus. And the reason I selected Sheamus is because it won't hurt him if he loses, because he's had, he said he's gonna clean up SmackDown anyway, and who better to clean up SmackDown than to become to the one guy that is not even on SmackDown than Goldberg. Therefore, he can say, I'm the Universal Champion, and I'm going to clean up, I've cleaned up the biggest mess that's on SmackDown right now, and that's the Universal Champion Goldberg. So, he beat the living shit out of Shorty G in quick succession. And I'm pretty sure, if it's anyone that's... You don't want to give Goldberg a easy squash, but you can at least have a chance of thinking, oh my god, this guy doesn't actually beat Gold. He won't actually beat him, but he'll hit him with a bro kick. Goldberg kicks out, and it goes for another bro kick and hits the spear. The other proper rumored one is Braun Strowman. Sorry, do that again. 3, 2, 1, action. And the proper rumoured one is Braun Strowman. That's a very, very big rumour that it's going to be Braun Strowman that's replacing Goldberg. I think it is confirmed, but hey, that's me hoping. I have no clue. I don't listen to Twitter or Facebook. I don't go on there. It's just all rumors right about now. It's didn't back up, and it's all a ruse. Then, hey, why not? Why not? But they could drag out this title reign a little bit longer past WrestleMania and have him have the title until until it's all gone. But we don't know how long it's going to be. So that's my hope. That's the only way around this. So I ain't gonna say who I think and who I want. Goldberg will win the matchup regardless. Whoever the opponent will be, except if it's Roman Reigns, then it will be Roman. So that's kind of the predictions here. I think Goldberg will retain if it's not Roman that he's facing, but if it is Roman, I'd like to say I think it'll be Roman. There's no who I want here because it's hard to choose. If I have to choose who I want, I'm gonna be whoever's not Goldberg. Basically, whoever it's not, that's my one. And the main event of the second night, which I forgot to mention that whole Goldberg situation may take place on the Saturday, but the main event of the second night on Sunday night will be this: Brock Lesnar, the reigning, defending WWE Heavyweight Champion of the world, Brock Lesnar, will defend his WWE Heavyweight Championship of the world against the Royal Rumble, the Savage Scotsman, Drew McIntyre. And by God, that wrist rivalry is going to be intense. The match will be over in minutes, not necessarily seconds, unless they do one Claymore and that's it, Brock is out type of deal, but I doubt that. It'll be a Brock Lesnar short minute matchup. See, as Paul Heyman said it, well actually, that was for Roman Reigns, but in my head, the longer this match goes, the more favour it is for Drew. The shorter the match, the more favour it is for Brock, because Brock's still ain't that good as it used to be, but he can still go. So, you know, it will be another Brock Lesnar squash, but it won't be under Brock Lesnar's Brock Lesnar squash. Does that make sense? There's no doubt about it. You can't. I mean, as much as I'd like to say this, but I know for a fact that they are gonna give the WWE Championship to Drew McIntyre, and as much as I'd love to hear a big yeah when Drew McIntyre finally beats the shit out of Claymore's the head off of Brock Lesnar and pins him 1, 2, 3 in the middle of that ring and puts a freaking foot on him and goes, I got the WWE Championship now because I knocked your head off of a Claymore. That is not going to happen. It will in that fashion. It will happen and Drew McIntyre will win, but it won't be the same. So yeah, I think it'll be Drew McIntyre, and I want it to be Drew McIntyre for this matchup. The main event of all main events, WrestleMania, too big just for one night. That is my predictions for it, folks. Had to take a break in between, but I'm glad I did, because there were so many matches to predict, and I couldn't sit here all day to predict them all. So here I am, predicting the whole of WrestleMania. That will be in front of 0 people, but as I said at the beginning of this video, I really hope that you guys enjoy WrestleMania for what it is, whether it'll be shorter than usual, in front of 0 people. Stay safe. Yeah. Remember, wash your hands. don't touch your face, but watch WWE Wrestlemania on the WWE Network on $9.99. Stay safe, and until next time, I'm Danrvdtree2000, also now Danrvdtree 15 on Xbox Live, and I'll see you at the part 1 of the WrestleMania weekend review. Bye bye. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you want to watch the previous video, click on the video on the left. But if you want to watch the playlist, then click on the video on the right. Also, feel free to click subscribe by clicking on the Master Chief icon on the top.